Hi, this is Joanne. I'm going to teach a lesson right now about selection tools in Adobe Photoshop CS6. And we're going to look at 3 ways of selecting things in Photoshop. What you're looking at right now is Adobe Bridge. Adobe Bridge is kind of the filing system for all your pictures on your computer. So I went to Photoshop to find the picture, and I'm going to be working on this one. This is a picture of Big Ben that I took this summer. It was a really cloudy day, and it was kind of dark, and it's kind of a dark picture, and it doesn't have a lot of pizzazz. Originally I was thinking of I lightened it. I took the picture and put it in Camera Raw and lightened it up. But I think I want to work with the dark one and see if a background can just give it enough light, because I do like some of the detail in this picture. So what I need to do is I need to select Big Ben out and then put in a background behind him. The problem is, I'm going to show you with this picture, is there's some really little details here that are hard to select. And so giving it a new background is not going to be easy if I can't select all those little pieces. So I'm going to try, right now, I'm going to show you 3 tools to do that. Let me go to View, Fit on Screen, and here are 2 of those tools. And the first one I'm going to pick is the Quick Selection tool, which is generally my favorite tool. I've got it at 6 pixels. I'm going to give it some size. When I click on here, it immediately quickly makes its selection. You can see this dotted line that what it's selected. But if I go to my zoom tool and show you, it's selected all the main parts, but it hasn't selected all this little detail that I want. And I know that because when I hit delete, all those little pieces disappear. So I'm not going to use the Quick Selection tool. I'm going to use Command Z. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go to Select, Deselect. And this time I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it back in so I can see it. I'm going to go to Select, and I'm going to try the Color Range tool. And it's already made its selection. Everything that's white is what's selected, so it does have a lot. You can see it has a lot of the detail here on the side. But what the problem is that it's selected more than that. It's selected everything inside, and so you can see from this preview, if I put black behind it, that part of Big Ben's fading away. This I can see right through the clock, and I can see through here. That's lost because of all this that's selected. So it's not working for me. I could try and select it more solidly where there's not all that see-through. But then when I try and deselect the area around it, you can still see here in this preview that this has not been selected, and that I can see right through. So let's see. I can't really deselect just part of it. And I'm just not getting what I want. So I'm going to cancel that. That's not working. I'm going to go select it's already deselected. So nothing selected on the picture. Okay. Now I'm going to try the magic wand tool and hope. And look, without me even barely touching it, it has made its selection, and it has a lot of the detail that I wanted. So I'm going to delete to see what I've got, and I'm going to select, deselect, and I'm going to look here at some of my detail and see what I've got. Now, I have some, but it's not really good enough. It's kind of all broken up. So I'm going to Command Z, I'm going to go back and get back to my original picture. There it is. I'm going to try this magic wand tool again. It's already picked it up. I'm going to select, deselect. I'm going to stick it over here. Now it's got and sometimes it's just where you click. So I'm going to delete. Excuse me. See what I've got. So let me see. I'm going to select. I'm not liking the selection. I can tell right away that it's not. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Looks like it did get it. Okay, so it did better than I thought. One thing I can also do, I can go back to my picture. So I'm using the history panel to go back. I'm going to go back to right. So I'm back to my original picture. I'm going to try that magic wand tool again. I'm going to click closer to the corner. And then I'm going to delete. And then we'll see. I'm going to go to, and while I'm in this selection, I'm going to go ahead and see if I've got what I want. Yeah, I do. I have my crosses and I have all my pinnacles. I'm very happy with that. I think it's done a good job. So I'm going to hold down Option and zoom out. And just for extra measure, I'm going to go to Refine Edge and see if there's anything there that I can select. Everything that's red is already selected. And I know there's some dots along here. Make sure that they're selected. Make sure everything's red that I can see. Now there's a little red area right here that shouldn't be red, that's going to need to be deselected later. But Okay. So there's my selection, and I'm pretty happy with that. There, I'm going to select, deselect. I see this little area right here that I'm going to fix. I'm going to go to quick selection, and I'm going to go, well, first I'm going to zoom in on it. This little piece here shouldn't be here. So I'm going to use this quick selection tool because it's good for little things like this. I'm going to click on it. It picks the area pretty well. I'm going to make it a little smaller. And I'm going to push part of this back down. That looks pretty good. I'm going to delete that. Okay. So I have my selection. I'm going to fit it on my screen. So I can go one of two ways. I'm going to go ahead and add a layer here. And I'm going to put it below Big Ben. And I'm going to use this pretty sky. I'm going to grab it with my move tool, and I'm going to put it up to and then I'm going to pull it back down. Okay. And there I have it, Big Ben with a pretty sky. Not sure I like that too much. So I'm going to try something different. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that layer. And this time I'm going to make I'm making a new layer, and I'm going to put Big Ben on top again. So I'm going to get the rectangle tool, and I'm going to use the gradient color, and I'm going to do something more. Thought I had Big Ben on top. I'm going to do something more silly. So it's not quite big enough, so let me get rid of that one. So let me try that again. So I kind of like a gradient. I think I kind of like something kind of. So I can click on this and I can pick any gradient. I can also make it an angle. Reflected or diamond. No. Kind of like these colors. So there you have it. Oops. Here's my Big Ben in the sky. And I can play with it till as long as I want, till I find the one I really like. Or maybe I won't. I think I like the angle. So there you have it. There's Big Ben. And he has a different background. So you decide what you like and you play with it. I think I don't like, I can also move this over. So there you have it. There's Big Ben, and I think probably after looking at it, I would prefer to brighten him up again, and maybe I'll make another selection of the one I lightened and see how that works. But there's how you make a selection. It looks like a pretty good selection with the magic wand tool. Thanks a lot. See you again.